Though, and again, welcome to more Sonic 2 Master System, Game Gear, whichever you prefer. So
8-bit, if you want to be just catch-all, be-all correct.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what to do here.
So this is your favorite zone. He told me between
I
parts.
did not mention. I mean, I don't actually mind Acts 1 and 3. Act 2's awful, but we'll get to that.
Is it just because it has the emerald somewhere?
No, this game has a thing about making Act 2 the unique one, where Acts 1 and 3 are the ones that are basically the same. Just like
well, I guess you could say
boss.
by that logic, you could actually say they're all unique because Act 3 is a boss zone, but it's more thematically looks similar to Act 1. Because I'm assuming what you're talking about is in terms of like graphics or whatever, like the aesthetic.
Graphics and gameplay.
Yeah. So. Okay, so I would say it's probably more correct to say it's what's it called?
Like a Sky High Zone had it too, where Act 2 was noticeably different from 1 and 3.
Yeah, it was storming instead of being just a normal day.
And this one too, hey, guess what? It's Labyrinth Zone again. How much you love that zone.
You know what this kind of reminds me of a little bit? Besides Labyrinth Zone, obviously. What is it? It's that one stage in Sonic CD that has the...
Tidal Tempest?
Yeah, Tidal Tempest. I kept wanting to say Quartz Chaos, but I'm like, that's not correct.
That's not even a level.
Yeah, it's Quartz something. Though Quartz Chaos does sound like a level in a Sonic game.
Maybe, just not Sonic CD.
Yeah, it's Quartz. It's Quartz something. Quartz Quadrant.
I don't know. The names of CD are dumb. I can never remember them.
I think they're cool, but yeah, they are hard to.
Says the person that couldn't remember them.
Well, there's... Okay, you know what, you're right. I was gonna say more. All I can remember is Wacky Workbench, make that what you will.
It means it's the worst level in the game, which, I mean, I've never heard anybody say otherwise.
To be fair, I don't like Sonic CD as much as most people do. Like, I don't think it's bad by any means. It's just definitely not, like, my primo choice of classic Sonic. And I know you don't like classic Sonic, so... you're the wrong person to have, put your...
Yeah, no, obviously I don't like CD. No kidding.
But you know what he does like? Sonic and the Secret Rings. I'm joking, guys. He doesn't like that game.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like it better than CD.
It doesn't work, though.
Yes, it does! Not amazingly, but it works. Works better than something like Skyward Sword.
Definitely not.
For me, I could not make Skyward Sword work. That game just does not function.
I'm telling you, you are in a minority there.
No, I am not.
Okay, the thing is, that used Wii Motion Plus. It basically didn't even use the infrared.
You're the one in the minority on that one. It does not work.
I've gone through the game without problems multiple times. And I emulated it, and I'm telling you I'm having zero issues.
You're cheating or hacking or something.
Though I do need to try Secret Rings sometimes, emulated, because I was very curious to see how it would work. If Skyward Sword could work, that is like the benchmark for me in terms of like motion controls on the Wii working, because that is so motion control heavy, and there's a lot of like actions you gotta do. I need to try Secret Rings at some point. I think the only thing is I don't have it installed.
I think this is where the emerald is. Because of course it is. Thankfully it's an easy one. It's called holding left. Yup.
Excuse me, holding left is very difficult. This is Sonic. Remember, this is a hold right to win game. Because if you
Oh,
remember
this
back in
part.
the day, that's what people would say about all the classic Sonic games is you hold right, and that's how you.
I never heard that complaint.
So
I heard
it's
boost
weird.
to win for the boost games. I never heard a right to win.
So I've heard the hold right to win without doing anything, I guess, in for Sonic, the classic Sonic specifically.
You might be like, clearly, if this and last part mean anything, we talk of two very different groups of people.
Well, I mean, I also hear boost to win too.
I've never heard right to win ever.
That was more of, I think, like a classic stigmata as opposed to like a modern stigmata. Like back in the day, like people would say that, and as opposed to like nowadays, I don't think people say it. But back in the day, people said it.
I never heard it, and I've been around for a while.
Which is, I guess, a slight surprise because there are some videos that exist that are called like holding right to win in Sonic to sort of like poke fun at that.
Was not a very big thing in the circles I was in. By big, like it was not a thing at all.
I'm gonna Google if that video still exists. I think somebody did a video. It was like holding right in Sonic 1, and they just got hit by an enemy. Because if you know, in Sonic 1, there's the moto bug, I think, right at the beginning. But you literally have to press a button in order to get to attack him. Sonic Advance 2, hold right to win. This is a 41-minute video.
I sincerely hope like 40 minutes and 50 seconds of it are just running into the wall.
It looks like it might be a long play. This is where I play the whole game without ever pushing any other D-pad buttons except for right. Oh.
I mean, it's Advanced too. That might actually be doable.
I mean, clearly he did it. There's also a task of Sonic 1, hold right to win.
Finally cleared that stage. Ugh. Did not like Act 2 there.
But what about Act 3?
Act 3 is just Act 1 again, just with a boss.
Look at it, it's so pretty looking. Did you hit that spring there?
I did.
Such a weird feature that they never put in the normal Sonic. I guess there's the running on water thing, but it would have been cool to have the jumping on water feature in the classic.
It wasn't really needed just because of how the levels were designed.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things. It's like a little detail thing, I think, that I like. Like, yeah, you're right. By all accounts, you're right. It's just... It just looks cool, I guess. You know, it makes sense because he's spin dashing.
Right.
You know? What are
Type
you
for
doing
the
here,
new boss. It is a seal. And it's a
you
self-destructive seal.
seal.
I didn't actually know you could do that. I thought you had to attack it, but you know what? I'm gonna see if I... Okay, no, okay, fine. I have to properly attack it. That was my own curiosity.
You should.
I've never seen that happen before.
Come on. Hello?
Hello. Never left.
Your net is pooping out on my end.
You sound fine.
Oh, you sound fine now. Woo! And the stream is fine. So I guess your net just hiccuped for a second.
What else is new?
The sky is blue. That's new. It's no longer red.
Oh, thank
There's no
goodness.
longer smoke in the air. For you? Not for me. Very weird how the tables have turned, Mayo. I'm supposed to be the one with the fire problems, not you.
It's like, get him a bouncy ball. Let me down. Thank you.
Mayo is a ball of bounciness. Confirmed.
And there you go, boss done. Yeah, really difficult boss.
Hey, that boss was the hardest boss of the entire world.
I mean, to be fair, I'll take stuff like this over the crap in the first game easily. But no question.
I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was going on with the freaking jungle boss. It was mostly, honestly, for the jungle boss, the thing that I thought was stupid was the fact that, like, the explosion, like, cloud still hurt you? Like, if that wasn't a problem, like, it wouldn't be that bad.
Okay, so since apparently we're not allowed to have Green Hill Zone in this game, they put an S at the end and called it Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, it's a special zone. Remember when Emerald Hill Zone was codenamed as, like, Green Hill Zone?
I do not.
For all you kids back in the day, yeah, it's that is a thing.
Come on, let me do the loop. I want to go fast. Let me up.
Well, only because you asked so nicely.
I want to go fast.
Well, only because you asked so nicely.
Yay! I want to go up. Well,
Look, Mayo, you can't have your cake and eat it.
fine.
You can only if you ask nicely, you can have both your cake and you can eat it. It's so weird that they wanted. It's not Green Hill Zone. It's Green Hills Zone. Though to be fair, to give that name credit, Green Hills Zone is technically more accurate.
It is.
So you know what? Who's really incorrect?
Hey, it's aesthetically the same. They didn't change it.
Ooh. You want to bet that this is one of the first zones they made?
Almost certain. Like, the level design checks out too. It's like there's a lot more to this zone if you can't already tell.
That is how it always works.
And then somewhere along the line, they're like, "No, let's make Underground Zone the first zone."
It's so weird how it's mostly Sonic 1 that it's very noticeable. Because Sonic 1 is the poster child of this was like the first thing this was like the first zone they made, and then everything else was almost like an afterthought. Because like Green Hill Zone is so good, but then you get Marble Zone.
Okay, so the emeralds around here. It's a momentum puzzle. There it is. Whoop, almost missed it.
Yeah, at least momentum seems to work in this game for the most part.
That is another one of the emeralds that is a lot harder than I made it look. I spent a good, like, 10 minutes there when I was doing my practice run earlier.
It's LP's curse. You know it.
But in reverse, yeah.
I feel like LP's curse, it's not reversed if you do it like that. I feel like LP's curse is the hard things become easier and the easier things become oddly harder. That's how I have always treated it. Because, you know, usually it's harder for you, and then, okay, I guess it's way easier now, or whatever, right? And then, yeah, vice versa and stuff like that. I always considered LP's curse to be like that, personally.
This is another stage where the boss is really stupid, so... Looking forward to that! I have not beaten this guy ever since I did it back on Lob way back when.
Hey, you did say you went through 4 acts in your practice run. How many acts are in this game? Or zones?
7.
Yeah,
and that crap like that is why. I should not have died to that.
You DC.
I should have been bounced.
You cut out for 1 second when you were in the middle. Of course, when you were in the middle telling me something. What did you say? You said like you were doing 4
I was saying the boss... No, I was saying like that's the reason the boss is stupid.
Oh, yeah. That too. Does he smell?
Probably. Thankfully, this game came out before Smell-O-Vision was a thing.
You mean before Scratch and Sniff?
I mean, Scratch and Sniff probably was around the 90s, I don't know.
I think one of those were around in the 60s. I want to say it was Smell-O-Vision actually might have been the 60s, and then Scratch and Sniff was the 90s. Either way, terrible idea. I want to know who like was the person to be like, you know what? It'll probably be great. You want to know what a really good example of that one too is? Earthbound. Do you know about the scratches?
Oh yeah, the marketing nonsense
Yeah.
that game went through was interesting.
I will never understand why they thought, yeah, this game would sell if we keep saying it stinks. Yeah, they meant like it stinks as if it smells, but still.
That's again. What is this crap? This is awful.
It looks like a Pokemon, kind of. Come on, Mayo, you can beat the Pokemon. But you can't kill the Pokemon. That's not allowed.
Okay.
It's so weird how there's like a mini zone or mini act before the boss itself. It's very pointless too. What is
Sonic 1 did it too.
Well, Sonic 1 was like a full-fledged like acts. These aren't like full-fledged acts. These are like small, like mini acts. As opposed to being more like a full-fledged thing. In Sonic 1, there was more of a full-fledged act. Or at least that's what it felt.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like they got their act together eventually, but it took them a while.
Yeah, I could see that. Because, like, you know, it's like Sonic CD. Because we talked about Sonic CD before. If you remember, Sonic CD also has 3 acts, but Sonic CD has, the 3rd act is almost exclusively dedicated to a boss. There's, like, a little bit beforehand. I mean, to be fair, so didn't the first game on the Game Gear also act that way? Wasn't Act 1 basically, like, a small act?
Act 1?
By...
What?
Oh yeah, you got continues too.
Wait, yeah, since you just get a high enough score. The thing's 50,000 points. It's either 50,000 or 100,000.
Hey, it puts you at the beginning of the act you were at least. That's nice.
Yeah, thankfully. Ugh.
This is the only Sonic game I could think of offhand in the classic era that does that.
I think most of the 8-bit games do that.
No.
I mean, yeah, that's how it should have been. It's just Genesis was slow in the uptake.
What do you mean? Genesis has blast processing.
Which is good, because you needed it to go through the same stages again and again.
Yeah. As we all know, Mayo is a connoisseur of the blast processing. It was such a weird marketing scheme, but it worked. You know? And that's all that matters, I guess.
The 90s were a different time.
I want Sega to come back, release a new console, just for shits and giggles. Like, even if they can do this as an April Fool's thing. Just be like, oh yeah, we're making the Dreamcast 2. And then they go full circle, and they're just like, Sega does what Nintendo like, they just go full circle out of nowhere. I think that would be hilarious. And they're like, God, nah, it was a joke, by the way. But here's a Dreamcast Mini, you know, to make you feel better.
After what happened with their Game Gear Mini, I'm not sure if I want them to make another mini system.
Oh god, what happened with their Game Gear Mini? I actually don't know.
It was mini. They did exactly as it was advertised.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was super fucking small. Like, yeah, when they called it mini, like they were like, it's literally miniature. Because the Game Gear, if I remember correctly, was a pretty big console too. Like, it was bigger than the Game Boy, right?
I never held either system. I am not the person to answer.
Oh. Rip. I think it was. Unless I could be thinking of a different console. It's very, very plausible.
I mean, the Game Gear was a giant, so it easily could have been.
Okay. So maybe I'm thinking of a different console. I remember it specifically being like, You know what? I wonder if there's a size comparison. I'm gonna check.
Either boss done, whatever. The boss thing or the Game Gear thing doesn't matter.
Game Boy size comparison. No, it does. I need to see the size comparison.
Well, no, because it's not going to be in the video. Give it up. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye. I'll toast toast toast.
Bye, chicken tender.
You don't get your answer.
Massive.
No answers.
Oh, okay.
We'll see you next time when we finish off the game. Toast again.